Well, India's Prime Minister has called on the Global South to come together to reshape the world order at a time of global crisis. The country is hosting a two-day virtual summit for countries from the Global South. Called the Voice of the Global South Summit, the event was inaugurated virtually by India's Prime Minister on Thursday. Punya tells us more.
On the first day of the virtual summit, heads of state and leaders from 10 developing countries, including Thailand, Mongolia, Vietnam, Cambodia and Bangladesh, were part of proceedings. Officials from 120 countries have been invited, and India says the idea is to give nations of the Global South a platform where their voices can be heard. While inaugurating the summit, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that India will try to be the voice of the developing world. He's also said that as the chair of the G20 this year, India's priority will be to give a voice to issues that are currently plaguing countries in Africa, Asia and South America. He's also called on the bloc to try and redefine global political and financial governance.
In the last century, we supported each other in our fight against foreign rule. We can do it again in this century to create a new world order that will ensure the welfare of our citizens. We should try to shape the emerging order. Excellencies, most of the global challenges have not been created by the Global South, but they affect us more.
Mr. Modi also referred to the rising food, fertilizer and fuel prices linked to the war in Ukraine as challenges impacting the Global South disproportionately. The summit will see 8 ministerial sessions on the climate crisis, on geopolitics, energy security, healthcare, trade and tourism. And Mr. Modi will chair another session of heads of state and government at the conclusion of the summit on Friday. Officials in India say the aim of the summit is to give developing and less developed nations that are not part of the G20 process a chance to share their ideas and expectations from the grouping's deliberations later in the year. India will host a G20 Leaders Summit in September, and ahead of that has been holding several ministerial events across the country. New Delhi has also been pushing for a while now for a rejig of major global bodies, including the United Nations, saying that they lack credible representation from South America, Africa and most parts of Asia. And as such, it claims that it does not represent more than 75% of the world's population. Punya, CNA, New Delhi.